the narrative that AI and large language models will be able to do actual human quality discoveries is a lie that is known to be a lie by those perpetuating it. And I'm not even talking about Elon Musk who perpetuates it, because I think he's kind of a wind-up toy himself as a synthetic shell of
a front man for a whole other operation.
Yeah, with a giant ego that thinks he's really awesome, maybe even godlike. He's been trained to have certain syllogistic, responses, certain ways of mimicking feelings and attitude, but there's not much there. And because he's so rich, he must be a genius. Like, it comes down to that kind of like low level. He promotes this idea that computers or AI will soon be doing real pioneering discoveries. Now, I don't think anybody who's actually at the top pushing this AI God narrative believes that. I'm quite persuaded that they're using their narrative and weaving it with the help of some sci-fi narratives that have also been baked into shaping our collective dream, because that's really where the imagination is the battleground, and who controls the fiction controls the dreaming, and who controls the dreaming controls our responsiveness and how we interpret our values and how we interpret the data. So the sci-fi and these things are more important than people realize in everything. But the occult initiation of sci-fi writers who are vetted to be permitted to be the influencers, and if you look at like Robert Heinlein or even Phil K. Dick or even Isaac Asimov, you'll find some occult proclivity and initiation behind their identity and experience, including the generation of like the foundation, or like what was behind a lot of the George Lucas even. Steven Spielberg, like you'll find always that, and so they're vetted because that's the power. That's the real power, is the culture. It's not just in the music, where people now clearly see the witches coming out of the closet all over the place, and the Abramovich handlers managing and grooming the influencers in the music scene. But you're seeing it everywhere now, and it's always been there, but to varying degrees. Today it's gotten worse. AI, I think that they're just trying to be absolved of the crimes that they want to commit by attributing, so that they want to get the victims of their crimes to think that the attribution of the acts of crime is the AI gods and not the actual purveyors of the crime. And that only works if they can reduce our mental powers to the status of some form of human computer. So they get humans to think like computers and not realize what the real taste of the sublime and real discoveries actually do and awaken within us. If we don't get those experiences, then we cannot refute their arguments that humans will be made irrelevant by these self-thinking machines that will deem us parasites to be
exterminated. So it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
It can be colored and added onto with like alien narratives as well. That it's interdimensional aliens that are actually also the AI, and AI is the expression of a demonic force, and that's maybe the Antichrist says pure deal. And so there's different ways of spinning it, but it all gets you to the same place, which I think where the oligarchy is just happy to be absolved of the crimes that they want to commit, so the people with pitchforks don't know where to go when they're burned.